Gallantry is the essence of military life. Hence, it should be celebrated and appreciated. In this regard, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, has honored the best of his men with the Army's best honor for gallantry and other qualities. General Yahya gave the highest honor, the Chief of Army Staff Commendation Award, to 10 officers of 7 soldiers during an event in Abuja. Here are the highlights of the event.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I
N/11699.
The Chief of Naval Staff, ladies and gentlemen, is here represented by Rear Admiral Ezekobi.
Okay, that's the Nigerian Army giving 10 officers and 7 soldiers during an event in Abuja. Babajide, this is one of the greatest honor a serviceman can get, to be honored by the Chief of Army Staff and appreciated, by your countrymen and women. So, what's your view on this?
I'm so happy that the heroic deeds of our officers and men have been rewarded. This is a tradition in the army, and it's a good thing that it has continued. These are the things that make you feel like joining the army. When you see honor being given to you, to someone like you in his lifetime, not when he's dead. So for exemplary courage, for exemplary leadership, people get honored in the army. And in this case, one person was honored for sports. Lieutenant Colonel Wuyep was honored for gallantry and bravery. Another person honored for engineering and then innovation. Wuyep is the commanding officer of 195 Battalion, and this is not the first time that he's winning an award. It's GOC, who is the current commander of the Multinational Joint Task Force, gave him the GOC Special Award. And now it's not a surprise to me that he's one of these 17 Nigerian soldiers and officers who have been honored. All the 10 officers had served at the theater of war in Maiduguri, and all the commendations that they got were based on their performances in the theater of war, in the Operation Lafia Dole, now rechristened Operation Hadin-K. So I'm confident that if we continue to maintain the high standards, soldiers continue to maintain exemplary conduct, and they are rewarded by the Nigerian authorities taking care of their welfare. We would continue to get officers who would lay down their lives and work for their country. Let me go to the list of these officers. Lieutenant Colonel M.B. Abubakar is an artillery officer who got honored on account of the missions he conducted. Lieutenant Colonel A.S. Olasepe is the commander officer for 3 battalions, Gaborun, Gala, and Ran. Along the border with Cameroon, is also under his command. Exemplary officer, Lieutenant Colonel T.G. Ajato, commander, CO of 212 Battalion, Maiduguri. Then Lieutenant Colonel Wuye, commander officer 195 Battalion, Maiduguri. Major Undubisi, the acting commander, Army Super Camp 1, Mulai, is also one of the people who were honored. There is Lieutenant Colonel Tagwe, who is of the 121 Task Force Battalion, Pulka. There is General Babayo, Brigade Commander, 25 Task Force Brigade, Damboa, and General Mahmuda, 27 Task Force Brigade. There is A. Nagogo Mohammed, who was honored as the best tank repairer in the Nigerian Army. The best armored tank repairer in the Nigerian Army. That's Narogo, A. Narogo Mohammed, best tank repairer. He is said to have repaired more than 100 tanks. So it's not a surprise that he got this commendation. So it's a good thing, and we call for more honor for our soldiers. There were 34 entries from the various divisions and brigades and battalions, and for these men,
as a morale booster.
Yes, for these men to have been singled out for honor, it shows that they are the best that they have, and the sky is the limit for all of these officers.
As well, there are many soldiers who died serving their country. They were not alive to be honored like this ones. How can we honor our soldiers in their lifetime?
I think this is a right step in the right direction, because just like we have just finished talking about the man who actually, composed the NYSC anthem, giving honor to whom honor is due. These guys go out in the field, they die for us to sleep with our 2 eyes closed. And so if they die in the course of, trying to save, to keep Nigeria one and united, I think they deserve to be honored. For the Chief of Army Staff to honor these ones, I know it's going to serve as a morale booster to even those who are right there on the field, dealing with the terrorists, dealing with bandits, and trying to keep us united and peaceful. Because Nigerians, most times people just feel that when once you send soldiers out, they are dying for dying sake. No. But with this, those who are on the field, they will now know that if I sacrifice myself, I'll be honored. And so the Chief of Army Staff can also look at all those who have died in active service, and see how he can also honor them. Even in death, there's nothing stopping us from saying those who have died, either through whatever means, but because they died in the active service, you bring a roll call of them, honor their family again, and honor them. So that even everybody who is back home and they are thinking that, the soldiers are not going into army or going into the military is nothing to write. No, they will feel proud to even join the military. They will feel proud to join in the fight against insurgency. They will feel proud to even join in the fight to deal with these bandits who are trying to make our lives miserable by causing insecurity everywhere. So this should be a regular thing. Now, the Nigerian army, the military is an institution, which so many people, I know of so many people who want to go into the army. They want to go into the navy. You know, they want to go into the air force. You know, with honors like this, with events like this, I feel proud, you know, to say that anybody that is around me that says, oh, I want to go into the army today, I should be able to say go, because even if anything happens to you, you will be honored. You know, so this should serve as a morale booster to everybody, particularly those soldiers. I do not take all the jobs or everything that the soldiers who are on the war front, I don't take it for granted, because it's not easy. And the good thing is, it is not easy. This kind of award, you've got to earn it. Yes.
Yes, I was about asking you that all officers got their commendation based on their performances.
Yes,
in Maiduguri.
That is the true test.
Yeah.
Yes.
At this time, because we are not involved in a bigger war than the war against Boko Haram. Boko Haram is not relenting. They are still attacking troop locations. So the true test of bravery, the true test of commitment is at that war zone. You need to see some videos of our troops, maybe when they step on IEDs, you see their limbs are gone. But you still see courage in the eyes of that soldier. And he's saying, look, I can't make it. I can't make it. The rest of you should go. And they will say, no, we can't leave you behind.
They will still
carry him, you know. So despite the fact that we do not have enough equipment even to evacuate people every time this kind of thing happens. Because if all of the equipment that you need are available, you won't even see videos of somebody with shattered limbs being carried physically with hand. There will be helicopters to do that. There will be ambulances to come and take people and take them to the places where they will be given the best of care. So, in spite of the difficulties, people are sacrificing, and we don't take those sacrifices for granted. Those who think we hate the army when we talk about some of the setbacks, what they fail to realize is that there are so many setbacks that we see that we don't even talk about.
Exactly.
There are so many. How many people knew, for example, that some days back we suffered a setback? How many people? Well, we choose not to even talk about some of those things or most of those things because our focus on our troops and the successes that they record in the battlefront. So what I want to see is a situation in which this is even cascaded down at the level of commander. Reward the best of your troops. At the level of GOC, reward the best of your troops. Encourage them. Yes. Encourage them so that they will give their best. So we will, and as media people, we will be happy to report it when
show it like
we
this.
See soldiers honored. We'll be happy to let Nigerians see their heroes being honored, because there's nothing. Some of these people, anything can happen. You see a soldier today, the next day you may not see him again. Some of us have lost friends in this war. Some of us have lost friends in this war. You can imagine someone that maybe the last time I went to Maiduguri, we interacted, I met him. He's one of the junior officers that I speak with. Suddenly, the next time I went there, I was told that he had died. So this is it. They have families. Beyond even taking care of the welfare of these officers and men, they should never forget their families.
Exactly.
One of the things that we can do to keep them perpetually loyal to their country is to make them realize that even when all of this has ended, there is a life that they can return to, a life that is encouraging, that will ensure that they get the reward for all of the sacrifices when they were serving. I have suggested in the past that we can build giant estates. The sort of estate that you see in Abuja, giant estate for families of fallen soldiers to live in, and then let government take care of their livelihoods.
Yes.
When this is done, there is no assurance that is better than this. They will look forward to serving their country.
Exactly.
I have Julius is calling us from Lagos. Thank you for joining us, Julius.
Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
Very well.
I'm fine.
This is a very nice program. We appreciate your effort.
Thank you, my brother.
You people are doing a very wonderful job.
Thank you, Julius. Go ahead.
Babajide, well done. God bless the whole team.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
I commend the Chief of Army Staff for this beautiful award for gallantry performance of officers and soldiers. This will boost their morale.
Yes,
This will make them to put more effort to serve the country more better.
that's true.
The Chief of Army Staff should continue with this, and you people should continue with this job, trying to analyze for the army and what to do from time to time. God will bless you all in Jesus' name. Thank you and well done.
Thank you.
Amen.
You know,
Thank you for your contribution.
let me conclude by on this by saying that when nominations come, a board is set up, a board is constituted. Yes, a board is constituted, and the board is made up of former recipients of the award. So you want
to lower the standards.
No. You have received the award before. You know what it takes to get the award. So you are the people who make up the panel. You are the people who screen and then determine that, okay, in the various categories, these are the people who are due for, who are supposed to be honored. You know? So it is after they are through with their work that they will now, the entries go to the Army Secretary, then the board is constituted, and then the Chief of Army Staff would be notified of the people who have won. So it's a very transparent process. Once you win this, you know that you deserved it.
As you the standard is quite high.
Yes, exactly. You know, that is how it's supposed to be, so that it doesn't bring down, you know, the whole process. Because if you have somebody who went through rigorous screening, rigorous process for him to win in the past, that same person will come and he will not bring down the standard, because he already knows what he actually faced before he was honored. You know, and so this, like I told you, the Nigerian Army is a very professional and disciplined institution. And so with this, you know, I want to believe that all the soldiers and the officers that we have, they will begin to look at how they can win this award, you know. And like, we want it to be regular. We want this to be regular, because I want to see a situation whereby, you know, everybody in the Nigerian Army feels proud for him to, you know, wear that green, the camouflage of the Nigerian Army, or the green uniform, you know, of the Nigerian Army. The colors of the Army, you know. So because they are really doing us, they are really helping us. Forget, no matter what anybody will say. Yes, we might criticize them, but we commend them more.
Yes, we don't just criticize them.
No, but where necessary, we tell them the truth.
They need to be criticized.
We do that.
Criticize them.
You know, but
that is the normal thing.
Yes.
So
you know, we are doing our own job.
That's our job.
That is our job. We have to do it.
None of these soldiers will say, Jide hates me, Jide hates us. When I go into an army barrack, I'm received like a hero. This is not immodesty. If I have to film it whenever I go to an army barracks, honestly, people will be shocked. Yes, some people out there will say that Jide doesn't like the army. But we have to do our job. We committed to doing this job, and we have to do our job.
And ultimately, I have this sense that if these guys are given the tool and the right equipment to work, because I was reading something this morning that the United States of America might be sending 24 stealth aircraft down to I think there's a battle zone between China and two. And when I saw the the configuration of the aircraft and everything, your radar cannot even detect it. When you have things like that to work, this military will deliver.
No, Ayo, you know, we have seen videos of our soldiers in the war front already. Sometimes some of them with little or nothing, the joy and the excitement in their eyes, in their faces and around, just for them to win a particular, you know, group of people, group of insurgents, you know, you can see the excitement.
They'll be singing and dancing.
They'll be singing, dancing.
They'll be calling them out.
Songs.
Come out.
Yeah, victory song. You know, it shows that if they are given, the tools, if they are given the equipment, then they can deal with these guys. They can deal. So that is how we can honor these guys. So from time to time, these honors, these awards should be given to these boys to boost their morale, to make sure that we have the best.
If they are given the right tool to work.
Yes, they are given the right tools to work. You can be certain that they will give their best. You cannot fault them for their loyalty. They are loyal to their country. They are good at what they do, but the environment is not the best for them to give their best. You must have had the Chief of Defense Staff asking for modern weapons the other day. I've always said that here. Now, the late Chief of Army Staff also asked for weapons. So it means that every time we talked about it, we are not just being flippant. We were talking about the things that the troops need the most, because we are in touch with them. We go there. We don't sit in the studio. We go to the war front. We interact with the soldiers. We know their problems. We know what goes on in that theater of war. The troops need game-changing weapons, and we have an obligation as a government. The government has an obligation to provide that so that we can get the best out of our troops.
Yes, my producer just informed me that we've been trying to call the former army spokesman, Brigadier General Sani Kukasheka. A certain number is trying to call you, and you have been picking at the general. I can say general calling Jide, and Tony is telling me that you've been trying to call him consistently. But so just pick that call, and that's our producer, so that we have. Before we wrap up with this, Babajide, Asuko, when you look at the war so far, nobody envisaged that we're going to meet ourselves in this kind of problem. As in, during the days of ECOMOG, I can remember General Joshua Dongoyaro, Victor Malu, the way ECOMOG in West Africa, as Nigerian soldiers, you know, when they were in charge of that ECOMOG, it used to be something that you look at with pride, because they are exploiting Liberia, they are exploiting Sierra Leone.
I'm very sure most of the soldiers you are seeing today, they have role models most of their role models are these people that you are calling, you know, the Dongoyaros, you know, and Victor Malu, you know, you know, so many of them. So if you look at even this war, it has taken too long. It is not that, because we never envisaged that it was going to be this long. We thought it was just going to be something that we'll be able to, you know, deal with. But today is getting longer. It's stretching everybody. But we know that if given the right tools, I'm very, very certain that the war will be over.
Okay,
if given the right tools.